everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping in. This is your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you over here. So today's video, I'm giving an update on my Sjogren's syndrome. Haven't talked about that one in a while, and essentially there's not a lot to say. It has I believed in one of my last videos I had mentioned that I was feeling great. I was not having flares like I was when I was working on site full-time, and since working from home, that had definitely slowed down. My pain levels had decreased, and that essentially is still the case. What I am experiencing though, and what I do continue to experience, is dry hair. Now, I honestly believe that it's a combination of things that cause my dry hair. It is not just Sjogren's. So the fact that I have gray hair, I had early onset gray. I actually started getting gray when I was like 9 years old. So by the time I was 35, I was full-blown gray. Wasn't living with my grays, but I was full-blown gray. Gray hair in and of itself tends to be have a dry texture. So there's that. There's medication that I'm on that would also contribute to my dry hair. And then additional to that is I probably don't drink as much water as I should. I'm working on that one. So I know all of those things combined, but I think for me it is times 100, and my Sjogren's is that additional factor. What it has resulted in is hair loss. Lots and lots and lots and lots of hair loss. So my hair has thinned out enormously from where it used to be. Now, another thing I know, that as we age, as women, as people, our hair does tend to thin. But again, I have hair loss. I mean, my hair comes out by the handfuls. So I know that is a dryness related to Sjogren's. So I will be going to see a dermatologist to see what can be done, if anything, to sort of help with that. And I would say that is my biggest issue that I face with Sjogren's. Prior to going through menopause, because I am now fully in menopause, but prior to going through menopause, one of my triggers was when my monthly cycle would come on, or it would get close to it. I literally it was like my entire body from head to toe was just walking inflammation, and it was pain from head to toe. So not going through that every month has eliminated that body pain and body ache that I would go through, because that definitely was when it triggered my Sjogren's every month. The other thing that is reduced for me hasn't completely gone away, but it definitely is not to the extent that it was, and that is the burning in the feet. I experience it sometimes with some numbness, but not nearly like I used to, not even close. So I think all in all, I'm still doing better. I'm still doing good. Not definitely on the track that I was on initially. I don't even need to see my rheumatologist frequently anymore. I think at one point I was doing every 4 months, then I went every 6 months. Now I'm like once a year, and as a matter of fact, I missed my last yearly, so goes to show you, right? But yeah, this is where we are, and I know that, you know, changing my daily situation was what played a big factor in me feeling better, getting that overall feeling of wellness, because I was just walking every day, just a walking ball of pain every day, dragging myself up to go to work and back, and the stresses of the job were the biggest thing, the stresses of the job. So, you know, putting all of that aside has helped to as I've moved forward, right? So I think for each and every person, you just sort of have to know and be able to identify what the trigger is for you. And whatever those triggers are, if you are able to remove those from your life, I say if you are able, because it depends on what it is, right? If your husband's your trigger, but if you're able to remove your triggers from your life, then take the steps to start doing that. For me, of course, I probably would still be there struggling, because I know I wouldn't have left my job, but I got to the point where they had restructured, and I was offered to either continue working in with a different department, managing a different department, or accepting a package, and I just gladly accepted the package at the time. So sometimes you're forced, and you know, doors open, and you just have to sort of just walk through them, you know, for your own benefit. So that's where we are in terms of the dryness in the mouth. I still have that, but I don't think I have it to any great degree compared to what I did before. Before, I was having dryness to the point where I was choking, where I couldn't even swallow certain things. My mouth is still dry, but it's not dry to the point where if I don't have water while I'm talking or have water while I'm eating, I'm gonna choke and die, because that's how it felt back then. Still dryness, so I don't take my Saligen at all. I had kind of stopped taking it even then, because it was just an up and down with it, and I didn't think it was like a lasting change. So I had sort of weeded that out early on. But you know, I chew gum a lot. I still do that, and that is to help with the mouth dryness. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is the reduction in my pain levels, and that is it. Like, my joints still ache, I still have joint pain, but that is just because I have deteriorating joints. I pretty much have osteoarthritis with joint deterioration in almost pretty much all my joints. All right, so that is just a progressive condition that I had, and it was, again, early onset. So I will still experience joint pain, but it's the pain. The Sjogren's pain was different because it was a full body pain, not just achy. Oh, my joints are a little achy, or my muscles are a little. It was like full head to toe. So having had that not return is good, to say the least. It's good. Oh yeah, that's where we are, and I am doing well, not taking any more medications than I was when it started. I'm taking much less because The gabapentin was one of the ones that she had put me on, and of course the Saligen, and another one. Oh, and I was taking anti-inflammatories, not taking any of those anymore. So haven't been taking any of those in the last couple of years. So that is good, not having to be on that medication. The burning happens, but definitely not as frequent and definitely not as strong. So it's livable right now, and I think that's all you can really hope for when you have a chronic illness, is that it can be managed to a point where you can still live your life and not be completely debilitated by it. And I think your stress levels have a lot, and mind you, I have been through some stress in the last couple of years for various reasons, but it wasn't job stress. So I think the job stress is just a different kind of stress. I think so. But anyways, that's my update on my Sjogrens. If you've got any questions for me, you can certainly leave them in the comments below, and I'll talk to you in my next video.